Y'all, I just arrived to my dive site today. It's the freaking Jersey Shore! It is absolutely incredible that I'm here right now because I grew up in New Jersey. I grew up coming to this exact beach in Manasquan, New Jersey. So when I was visiting my family for Thanksgiving, it was the perfect opportunity for me to raid a Facebook group and try to find a free diving buddy. I found one. I actually found that there's a pretty big spearfishing community here in New Jersey. I am super psyched. We're here at sunrise, basically, a little bit past 7 a.m. It is chilly outside, as you can tell, and I only have my 5mm wetsuit, so we're gonna be doing some little tricks to try to make sure we keep that inner layer of water sealed and don't let any of that cold water flush in. I think 5 is really going to be pushing it. I know I'm going to be freezing, but I'm so excited for the mental challenge that this is going to be for me and my body.
The fishermen are out bright and early trying to make their catch for the day, staggered along the shore fishing. We had a gorgeous sunrise. You can see those light rays peeking through the clouds, and the ocean was pretty flat, but the Manasquan Inlet was a completely different story. There is a lot of boat traffic that just makes this area so choppy. The inlet is fed by the Manasquan River, which influences the visibility. The viz was unfortunately not looking promising, but I began to walk on the jetties out towards the tip to further assess the viz, and I did rely on the expertise of my dive buddy to help make that judgment of whether we should get in the water or not. Made it out to the tip of the jetties. We are surrounded by some concrete pilings. We've got some folks fishing out here as well, enjoying the view and the artwork. Unfortunately, the viz did not clear up enough for us to hop in the water, so we are taking the L on today. But there is always tomorrow. It is the next day, and we are trying this again. We took a look in the water and said, let's take a chance and go for it. I'm suited up. We are at the boat ramp, and I'm toasted at my piggies. My dive buddy lent me some 5mm socks and gloves, and that was a lifesaver. This is my dive buddy Tim, by the way. We went out this time out of Shark River on his jet ski, trying something different in hopes of better viz. I'm putting on my fins, except these are not my fins, they are Tim's. I am borrowing them because the fins that I brought, the foot pocket was too small with the 5mm sock. So thank God that he had these extras lying around, and it was a perfect fit. I really am always so impressed and thankful for the generosity of divers. You know, if someone is missing a pound or there's something that someone needs, you always just want to help the other person out. It's so sweet.
Stay close to the wall.
Should I take something with me or no?
No, just hop in. I'll give it to you once you're in the water.
Okay. Would you look at that beautiful viz? What am I looking at right now? I don't know. We're checking this wall, and at the bottom there should be some rocks. So fish may be hanging out there. Not entirely sure. Can't see that much. Before I go down, my mask, basically I think it might be water leaking in. Thank you. Alrighty. Now I'm ready for my first dive, and I hit the bottom pretty quickly. It's quite shallow at this area of the inlet, and all I'm seeing right now is just sand, sea stars, random shells on the ground. I was looking at the edge of the wall thinking, oh, maybe there would be a crab or something hanging out around there. I was maybe looking for some fish, where are the rocks, and it was really difficult navigating. I stuck my arms out to try to help make sure I didn't run into anything and move around, just continue looking, but
All I really see are figures in the distance and a few feet in front of me.
Really shallow. Really shallow. I don't see a fish.
Go to the ground first.
Yeah. So there's no fish here.
How's the current, okay?
Oh, I'm fine, yeah.
I checked my watch on the surface to see how long it's been since my last dive. I like to wait 2 or 3 times my previous dive time as a surface interval to make sure I properly recover. And you're probably like, it's shallow here, who even cares? Well, you know what? Bad habits die hard, and I prefer just to always be cautious.
Okay, I'll go down.
I also like to tell my dive buddy when I'm going down. Even though they're right next to me, I just want to make sure they know where I am. And especially with this really horrible Viz water, it's just so important that your buddy knows you're down and to look out for you. Make sure they come up. And right now I'm just still searching around in the rocks, kind of went in a different direction this time, thinking, well, maybe the fish weren't where I was along the wall. Let me move away from it and see what I can find. But literally only sea stars. That's it. Oh, and there's this tire.
Okay. Have you seen a fish?
Huh?
Have you seen one fish?
Yeah.
You have? I haven't.
Here, you gotta like stop. Hit the sitting spot. Start to show up.
Okay.
So I did just that. I said, I'm going to sit here now. You can see the fins. The tiny short fins. I'm being so patient. It was just like looking into an abyss. I was getting quite bored, and there's this ugly noise. What is that underwater? I don't know. There was nothing.
That was not bad. I just didn't see one fish. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
Now we're checking out some jetties to see if we have better luck.
A little dirty, but go down. Go down. Like just start looking like this area right here. You'll see.
Tog.
Fog.
Okay.
I made my way down, and the Viz was a little bit better here. I feel like I could see a bit more, but honestly not too different from the last site. But I'm moving around in the rocks, looking around, and I'm seeing starfish orgies, okay? That's all I'm seeing, and nothingness. So I decide maybe I'll make some noise to attract a fish. Grouper call. Okay, there's no grouper here, but that's all I knew how to do. Honestly, I think it worked, because look at that. Let's look again. That's a fish. But it swam off really quickly. I would count this as a win. I saw a fish today. Really happy about that.
Okay.
One thing you gotta watch out for at these spots is fishing line. Since all the fishermen hang out at the end of the jetties to try to catch something. And then we're just here in the water. Don't get hooked. Yeah, seriously, watch out. There's even line underwater. I was like, ooh, what's that? Let me check on it. Moving on, I thought, let me try this whole sneakiness again. Let me try a little bit of stealth. Maybe a fish will come to me. The gun is pretty short, so it needs to come quite close for me to even be able to see it. And maybe I wasn't patient enough. I kept moving. I don't know. I think I need to work on my patience underwater.
Okay.
I went to hang out on a rock for a moment, just to warm up, kind of. It was so cold. The water was 50 Fahrenheit. That's 10 degrees Celsius, okay? That's cold. But the air temperature wasn't really warm either. It was probably in the 40s outside.
Get dirtier.
Yeah. Maybe we call it.
I did a few last dives. There's some little tiny tog. So yeah, they're out here, just kind of hidden. Regardless of what I saw or didn't see and the conditions, I was super excited to have gotten in the water. This was something that I've been thinking about for so long. I wanted to see what New Jersey water was like. It's so special because I grew up here. And now I know. And I also know that the cold wasn't even too bad. I mean, yeah, I was wearing a wetsuit. Yeah, I also did put a swim cap underneath my hood that helps retain some of the heat on your head. But I swear, bikini diving in the Florida Springs has helped train my cold tolerance. And I think that's why I was pretty unfazed by the conditions here. Well, that's a wrap for today. Hopefully we have better luck tomorrow. And tomorrow has come. It is 5:30 a.m. and I'm putting on my wetsuit. I figured that it would just be better to do this step at home because I'm comfy here, I'm warm here. I can also put conditioner mixed with warm water as a lube and just stand in my bathtub and get this done. And the one good thing about it being wintertime is I do not have to worry about getting overheated in this because it's literally 30 degrees outside in the morning. Crazy. I'm in the van at the dive site. Snorkel in my mouth, okay? That's a little bit overkill. I'm not even in the water yet, but I'm just checking to make sure my seal's all good, that no water's gonna leak in.
Okay. I am gonna start putting on my booties. 2 layers.
5mm gloves, an absolute lifesaver. Watch goes over that, helping seal the water. I got a neck weight on and a rubber band to help seal my other glove. And here's my interesting sock situation. Ready to go. Wow, a beautiful flat inlet. Same place we were at the first day. And here I am in the reflection in the mirror of the van. GoPro all mounted. Got some guns, we'll float. And this fin actually melted in the car. There was a heating element and it was laying on top of it, so we're just working with it. We entered the dive site by climbing over the metal railing and walking straight onto the rocks.
Look, a baby eel.
Where?
Right there, on the surface. Right for the right side of my fin.
Okay, I think I can't see.
On my fin right now. The air is colder than the water, we know that.
There we go. One fin. Where'd the other fin go? Oh my goodness. No, it's in here. It's in here. I just gotta shove it in. Am I good? Ladies first. You like what I found?
Oh, nice.
I know, good find. Oh, some water's getting in me. Okay.
That was a nice scuba reel that I found. I love it when you find stuff in the water. It's like a gift. The visibility today was actually phenomenal. You can see the rocks at the bottom. I believe someone reported in the morning that the shell drop was 8 seconds, which is a lot. So in New Jersey, they measure visibility by dropping a scallop shell and just seeing how many seconds it takes for them to not be able to see that shell anymore. When we were out here on the first day, I'm pretty sure that the shell drop took only 4 seconds, which is bad viz.
This is so cool.
So attracted to trash out in nature. I just love picking it up, but this was too big for me to take, unfortunately. But now that I'm down here, look at all those fish, all those tog. Yes, that is what a tog looks like because we have not seen one up until this point. Their full name, they're called tautog. You can see they're really small here. The juveniles will have some blotchy marks on them that kind of look like patches or stripes even. As the fish matures, it turns completely black, and they also call tog blackfish at that point. Some bait fish swimming around here too. We're making our way up to the tip of the jetties, and for me, I think it's more fun to swim underwater than above snorkeling. I got a closer look at these beautiful plants and vegetation and the fish swimming around. I just cannot get enough of this area. Look at those rock pilings and the starfish laying around. So perfect. More bait fish. So awesome. They're like little white lines just flurrying around in the water. So tog are commonly found in rocky areas, on ledges, pilings. Do you hear that boat? You can hear boat traffic underwater quite loud. Noise travels very quickly underwater. To be more specific, sound moves at 1,500 meters per second underwater and only 340 meters per second in air. So that's 4.5 times faster underwater. That's really cool. This dive, I am at the jetties, I would say now. There's a lot of concrete pilings, and these tog love to hide and swim around through them. So I'm just looking around. I thought, if I stay here, surely one must come out. I think I had seen a big one, and I wanted it to come back my way. Just waiting so patiently, enjoying that crackle. Only small babies around me. Nothing worth shooting. I tried going down in a bit of a different location this time, a few feet in front of the jetties, and as I descend, watching this video back, you can see the dive knife fall off of me. And I was borrowing my buddy's dive knife, so sorry, Tim. I don't think we found that. So this spot was some rock pilings a bit in front of the jetties, and my buddy had mentioned that there were some bigger fish around, and you can tell they're definitely sizable, but I was just having so much trouble telling if something was a shooter or not. I really was trying not to make mistakes. And then when I would get ready to shoot at one, they would turn their head. They seem very fickle. You know, they're active, they'll swim right in front of you, but even the slightest movement and they dart back. I did another dive in the same area. There are actually a couple in between here where I just kept going down, observing the fish, and trying to decide in my head what was the biggest one to shoot at. And by the time I do that, they would have swam away. So that was kind of how things were rolling for me, but I stayed pretty determined. I'm like, I just need to pull the trigger and shoot at something. So just seeing what comes by. That one was nice, but then he kept swimming that direction, so I'm like, okay, I'll just wait for another one. I don't want to make any harsh movement, otherwise they'll all swim off on me. Bam. But that was kind of unfortunate because I didn't see the tinier fish behind the one that I was going for. And you can tell that this guy is definitely undersized, but he was just directly behind the tog I was going at.
Accident! I had an accident! Look at that! I think this was big enough though. Obviously you know which one I was going for. It's a keeper, right? Alright, let's get this thing on the stringer.
So then I went to brain the fish. I think I was a little bit off in my location, and you could tell it was kind of still twitching, so I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm also going to cut its gills right now. And as I try to do that and hold this fish in my lap, it just it does that. And then I swim after it, but I had no clue where it went. It went and hid itself somewhere. I was like, where is this guy?
I lost him. He got off.
The one main thing I learned from that occurrence is put your fish on the stringer immediately if you're doing a shore dive. My buddy definitely knew that, and he's like, that's why I put them on immediately. But, you know, I'm out here learning, so I'm still sad about it. But yeah, I was also struggling rigging this gun, so that's fun.
What? Oh, a whale? Wow! A whale! Wow! A whale.
See his throat?
Yeah. Wow! Yes!
Sometimes the universe knows exactly what you need, and that was a huge pick-me-up seeing that whale in person with my own eyes. I've never seen a whale before, so that was really spectacular. But I went down for another dive, wanted to check out these cement blocks and kind of lodge myself in there. It was so cool how the light peeked through, and then it was really dark. I wish I had a flashlight. You could see the mussels. I'm sure there's some tog hiding deep in there. I'm sure. I think those would be so cool to swim through, but obviously I just didn't want to right now. They make some really cool videos. At this point, I'm a little bit chilly. We've been hanging out in the water, so I'm just sitting on a rock, half above the surface, trying to warm up a little bit. We're gonna switch to my buddy's POV now. So that fisherman was like, yo, there's a blackfish over there, to my buddy. So he swims over to check out what this dude is talking about.
That's the one she got lost. Hi. That's your fish.
Wait, what?
That's your fish.
No, what do you mean it's my
That's
fish?
the one you shot. You
Yeah.
sliced it, see?
Where? And I did it in the head.
Yeah, you stabbed it. There's your styler.
Yeah, but where'd you find that?
It was floating.
What?
Here you go.
I don't believe you.
They said there's a floating tog. I went and grabbed it. That's your stab mark, right? You stabbed it right there.
Yes, I stabbed my fish! I'm so happy!
That's crazy.
I did not even think that could have been a possibility, that I killed the fish and then it swam off for a few seconds and floated to the surface because it was dead. That did never cross my mind, but I think it's awesome. I am so happy and thankful that Tim found my fish. It literally made my whole dive. And we didn't stay in the water too much longer because we were getting chilly and the viz was getting worse. We got out of the water and here is the final tog haul. They are so sandy though, so I grabbed mine and washed that thing off in the ocean, which ultimately froze my hands. It was painful.
This is my catch of the day. Biggest tog, 16 inches. It ran away and we found it. One of the fishermen found it floating and Tim got it for me. Thanks, Tim. And these are all of Tim's togs, 15 inches. Woo!
This is us holding our respective fish. Really, really fun days in the water. We're back at home, got the tog on the cutting board, get some close-ups of it. It turns a bit darker actually after it's dead, so that's why it kind of lost its stripes, and I love their teeth. Fish teeth are the cutest, but look at how crooked, oh my god. And the lips, they look like they could get a kiss, I think. Whoa. Need some braces. My man needs some braces to bring those chompers down. But now for some post-dive filleting. It's been a moment. Okay.
If you want, I'll fillet one up for you, and then you can watch.
No. A few seconds in, I remembered how to fillet a fish again, and it was a lot of fun. I love processing my own meat, and this was a new fish species that I've never filleted before. That was my job. It came out pretty clean. Tim helped me remove some of the bones from the ribs, my hand for reference, and we vacuum sealed my fillets because I wanted to give them to my family. Some of Tim's fillets we cooked on the spot as a post-dive snack. It's my first time trying tog, really white flaky fish, and we cooked it in just a little bit of butter, a little bit of salt and pepper, just keeping the seasonings really simple so you can get a true taste of the fish. Yeah, you can see it just is so flaky. Cast iron pan, I gotta get me one of those. This was the result. It was delicious. 10 out of 10. It was so special that I got to share this fish with my family in New Jersey. My dad cooked it in some lemon garlic pepper marinade sauce, and this was his meal. And my brother's, he made a lemon garlic pasta with it. Really chefed it up. For me, I did not return home with any meat, only my fish skin, which yes, I brought through airport security, and I went straight to work on Monday, so that went in the work freezer too. That's all. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!